Okay, so if you've got a podcast, then chances are you're going to have some form of organizational system that looks something like this, which is a list of people to book, people you have booked, some people who you've recorded the episode and then edited, in review, and then finally published. So with Trello, they've got a nice feature where you can create some simple automations that if one thing happens, do something else. This is really handy that if you're going to organize people, organize tasks, and you don't have to set up external integrations through something like Zapier. So let's say I wanted to notify my editor once an episode has been recorded. So let's go over here and click Butler. And this is where all your automations happen here. So first of all, let's go over to the rules. And this, we're going to create a new rule. And like any other automation platform that you may have seen or may not have, we're going to need a trigger followed by an action. So first trigger. So when a card is moved into the recorded list by anyone, that's going to be the trigger. So once you've moved a card into recorded, we want to be able to add a member to the card, and this is going to be, we're going to add me, but this could be your editor. So we're going to add this person to the card. Then we're going to send an email notification to the editor with the subject and you can put in a message in there if you want. So we're going to add that. So once we have a card moved into recorded by anyone, we add the editor to the card and then we send them an email notification. That's quite a nice one, and this will make sure that everyone's on top of it. You never miss a notification by Trello, and you've got some more detail involved in what you expect in there. Next up, we can actually do something called a card button. So a card button is going to be a button that sits on every single card, and then if something happens, if you press this button, it follows a list of commands. So one thing that may be quite useful to have is an urgent attention button. So once this button is pressed, we can move the card to the top of the list for a start. Then we can add a red label to the card, which is going to signal that it's urgent. And then you can do other things that you can, like set a date if you want. You can mark it as complete, add a checklist, or subscribe another person to the card. So you might add the member that you want to the card. This could be either a reviewer or the person or the manager or whoever you want to add. So then you can add a member to the card. Okay, then once you press save, now you've got this rule here, this card button rule. So what we're going to want to do is enable it on this board. And then once we've got that, if we go back to where our tasks are and open up a card, we can see that we've got this urgent attention button here. So let's say that we had Joel Hooks needed some urgent attention. Clearly he's got nothing on the card, but if we press this button, it's going to run a series of rules where it's going to add the label, add the member, and then also here it's going to move this to the top of the list. And also you can add in all your email notifications also. So Trello, it's a nice simple way to visually manage your task management, get people involved, and now you can add in some simple automations to make everyone's life easier. Hope this tutorial was good for you, and if you have any questions, please reach out at Tom Osman on Twitter or inside the Makerpad Slack.